Let me go to then Rush Limbaugh and what Rush Limbaugh said on Friday on his program. Listen.
If there aren't changes, what we will look like, the road that we are on takes us back to the Great Depression. That's what things will look like. People lined up for food, shelter. It's going to be ugly. People losing their savings and their pensions and their investments in any number of ways. They just become worthless. The value of money evaporates. Government prints too much in circulation, or the government takes it, confiscates it. Come on, Rush, they can't take them. Folks, the Reverend Zaxxon himself has personally suggested that government actually confiscate everybody's pensions. He says there's trillions of dollars there. We need it. We need it for benefits. Don't think that can't happen. Your pension, your investments.
Okay.
How about...
So we don't need any more. I mean, do you remember the days?
This.
Do you remember the days when we were saying these things and listening to Rush and saying, how does Rush not get this? Because Rush was much smarter, quite honestly, than I was or anybody else. And he didn't get too far out in front of the parade. And no reason to get too far out in front of the parade. And he was much smarter by saying, let's just see. We've seen bad things happen before. Let's see. Now, he's proven it all out. Rush is, in many ways, right where we are. That's astounding. That's really astounding. Kind of depresses me a little bit because he's usually right. But when you see what he's saying here, it's true. They will come after the pensions. They will come after the savings. And these things will work out that way. And it's all because...
It'll be the only way out. There's no way out right now.
No, there's no way. Well, yes, there is. Yes, there is. The way out is through our own energy. What's really saving us now is fracking. It could. Think of this. Do you really think that if we could get Matt Bevin, Brannon, Sass, who's the other one in South Carolina?
Lee Bright.
If we can get these guys, McDaniel, we get these guys into the Senate. Oh, yes, you can. You'll be able to curb the EPA. You'll be able to reverse a lot of these things. You know, during that winter storm, we were one power plant away from blackouts in the Northeast. One power plant away. The grid was so overloaded. The power plants were so overloaded. If one of them would have gone down, it would have blacked out the Northeast. Well, this is before they started shutting down through the EPA. They haven't shut all those plants down. Last winter, we were one power plant away from having blackouts in the coldest months of the year. When Rush says these things are coming, yes, Venezuela is right around the corner for us. But if we can get these guys in Congress to start churning this, we can save ourselves. We really can. We can't do it without the White House, but you can save yourself. But it won't be saved by the Republicans. So when I look at this story about them and what they're doing to health care, Rush is right. And do you want to go through that kind of pain? It might be best to kind of ease some of the pain until you can get the American people to vote these guys in. Because believe me, when there is no money left, when they have crippled all of us and crippled business, they have extraordinary power right now. They have even more power when people are dependent on them. Let's slow the demise down to see if we can make some changes. I'm not for fixing Obamacare. I am not for certainly expanding it. I am for the full, entire repeal of it. I am for a presidential candidate that will come in and say, here's my first executive order. I'm stopping all of these executive orders and reversing all of these executive orders, and that'll be the last executive order I do.